and she gave me water, she gave me a mango, she led me into the house, and then she starts telling me, look, the Lord wants me to show you something. And this is the first time I saw a picture of my mother, because I felt like my whole slate of the existence of my mom was wiped clean from my memory. And I couldn't think of a time, any time, bro, that I grew up of my mom. And it hurt me so bad. Wow. Because I tried so hard to think of my mother's face, and all I could think of was just like bad memories, but not of her. Like she was non-existent, like she never existed. Wow. And when she came up to me and she goes, let me show you something, because the Lord wants to show you. The Lord wants me to show you. And she goes, and I closed my eyes. She says, close your eyes. And she said, just be willing and just open up your heart. And bro, the things that she told me, she goes, the Lord is with you right now, and you're in heaven, and she sees like me in heaven, in like a different state, I don't even know. And then like she sees Jesus, and she said that Jesus is with a woman. And I'm like, okay, like what, who is this woman? I'm thinking, okay, my grandma, my mom, my great-grandma, like those are the only women that have passed. And she goes, wait a minute, a song is coming to me. Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. Now, that was my mother's favorite song. It was the song that my mother played when I was in her belly, and she put headphones on her stomach, for me to listen to. Wow. And I would only know that because my mom told me. And she goes, the Lord is taking something from my mother. My mother is handing it to her with a smile on her face, because she didn't know. She could only describe what the woman looked like. Gold locks. That's what my mother looked like. She had gold locks. White girl, you know, very radiant of the skin. She was a bright light wherever she went, but she endured the most pain and suffering I could ever even imagine on a human being. Besides Jesus physically. But emotionally, that woman went through hell and back. And she's like talking about it, and she goes, Jesus is getting handed this cloak. I didn't know it was the cloak of righteousness. And Jesus had it in his hands. And Jesus said that you're going to bear good fruit and to forgive yourself. Because the only problem that you're facing right now is you. And you need to forgive yourself. Because yeah, you may have done this, but your mistakes do not make you. Yeah. So, forgive yourself. I'm crying the whole time. And she goes, he drapes it over me and says that I deserve this for all the things that I've went through. And I've been a loyal child. Even though I didn't even know, because I was never about Jesus. I believed in God. Maybe that was just some form. I don't know. Yeah. But the crazy thing is she goes, wait a minute. The woman is stepping back, and Jesus is getting something. And he picks up something. And he walks to me, and he puts the crown of thorns on my head. And as I'm getting the crown of thorns on my head, Abigail tells me, she starts kind of getting teary. And she goes, whoa, wait a minute. There's white flowers blooming out of the thorns. Like symbolism for like pain and like transformation.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't even hear all this.
Yeah, Abigail told me that.
Wow.
But again, hard-headed Joshua still didn't run to the Lord, bro. Still went back to LA. Still went to underground poker tournaments. Still said, oh, I'm strong enough by myself. I won't touch drugs. I won't do alcohol. I won't be, enticed by money and girls and things. And, I was still in this like state of like, I speak things into existence and I'm the one who's bringing it. Very, very foolish.
Pride we were talking about.
And then it took me about a year later that I had a crazy revelation. And basically I had like this like dream and this vision of what my purpose was. And the thing that I didn't tell you was the night that I met Chris, I wrote a song. I'm an artist. I've been writing music since I was 13. But I realized like the only reason why I never put out a single song or album or anything is because I didn't feel good enough about it. And I didn't feel like I could stand behind it. And I didn't feel like if the children's ears would hear it, that it would change and transform them. Because it's like, I have like such a heart and like a purpose towards people. I love people so much. I just want to be able to like, help everyone. But I knew I couldn't stand behind the words that I was saying. So right at that moment, I knew that night that happened with him, I wrote a song. And it was about what if the thing that I love the most, which is music, was not my calling? Would I be accepting of that? And that's the hardest thing I think I've ever dealt with, even my mom. Because I realized everything that I've ever worked for, everything that I've ever loved, everything that like I've literally surrounded my life, like that was my safety bubble. Like when something would go wrong in my life, I would turn to the pen.
Yeah.
But what if it wasn't my purpose?
Yeah.
Was I okay with that? Was I willing to lay that down, like a life down, and just go for Jesus? And that's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
I'm full-fledged, Holy Spirit, on fire, you know, doing these fasts, whatever I need to do. I believe wholeheartedly I will walk the earth with God. I believe wholeheartedly that I will perform miracles. I believe wholeheartedly that mountains will move when I speak, because I have a very powerful demeanor about me, and I always wondered like when it was going to come into play. When was it going to be of like, it's okay for me to use this?
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute, the right time.
Right time.
And through the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm just
To the right avenue. Yeah,
Yeah,
the right
like-
spirit, yeah.
like I'm just a vessel.
See, I have a
You know?
I have a similar
Come on.
similar testimony, man.
Wow.
I actually studied martial arts when I was a
Okay.
kid. And the instructor